You know this guy?
What about this guy?
It's Jason. We all grew up together.
How do they feel about you two graduating from the academy?
How would they know? Childhood friend and all. You'd think.
What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, Saul Maldonado with Urban Melody TV, and I'm standing here with one of the producers for the movie Mission Park, David Phillips. David, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How's it going? Good.
First and foremost, I want to say congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
I know it's been extended. Well, from 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now.
We're in the third week, which is really exciting.
Right.
You never really know how people are going to respond to things. And so, when we were able to get this deal with AMC and we were able to get everyone on board, we're going to open up these theaters, let's see how they do. And now to be standing here at the City Walk in Universal for a third week, it's pretty exciting, to be honest.
Right. Now, I know that you guys also mentioned that it was sold out in Phoenix, right?
In Phoenix, yeah. Well, what happens is that, certain areas do better than others.
Right.
And so you'll sometimes open in other areas to see how they do there. And so we're really happy to hear that tonight. We're 3 weeks in here in LA, but we just opened our first theater in Phoenix, and it's sold out, which is really great news. Yeah,
right.
Really
now,
good, so.
The trailer itself, it leaves people kind of like, man, what's going on? And how do these guys relate to each other? And, it does kind of leave people wanting to see the movie. You as a producer, what was it about the movie that said, I have to invest into this movie?
Well, what happened was, first, it was Doug who asked me to be part of it. Now, Doug Spain and me, we've worked on a couple other projects before. He was an actor in actually a couple of films that I had produced and also acted in.
Okay.
And so he had been working on this film for a while, and then was able to secure the funding and was going to San Antonio to film it or start pre-production, and he wanted some help. And honestly, I'll never forget when he gave me the call. He's like, Dave, I've had a really good time on your sets, and I think you're doing good, so I'd love to have you come out and help me produce this and have a role. Like, he also saw me for one of the roles.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, all right, sign me up. And next thing you knew, I was in San Antonio for the first time in my life, in the hottest summer they've ever had on record, apparently.
Right.
I'm like a Canadian guy, wearing shorts, everyone's sweating, and then obviously acting in the film where that warehouse scene at the end where we're there for 5 days, no air conditioning, no fans.
Oh, wow.
Just so, I've never experienced heat like that in my entire life, but it was worth it. And I think that, it's kind of a testament to how much we believe in the film and just the fact that we're all still friends. And all the actors, we all get along really well, and it's just, we're very fortunate to create such a good quality vibe with everyone, where everyone got along, and so here we are, a couple of years after we shot it, and we're still getting together at these things, and we're still trying to promote the movie, and we all believe in it. So
now you said, I heard you guys mention that Lionsgate picked it up.
Yeah.
So when can people start, purchasing the movie or watching it somewhere else?
In December. We're not sure on an actual date yet, because we were kind of seeing how long our theatrical run lasted and how that all went. But in December, Lionsgate is going to be releasing it on VOD and DVD. And they're actually, right now, they're toying with the idea of changing the title. And so it might be going under Line of Duty instead of Mission Park, because they feel it is a little bit more accessible to people who haven't, heard the promotions and seen that, and so they want to expand it all over North America as opposed to just some of the key markets. So we're still going back and forth on that, but it may be under a different title called Line of Duty, which is fine. But we'll find that out as soon as we close up in theaters.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, just so the fans kind of keep in touch with all this. If you guys have a website for it, will the website name also change? Or
we're gonna make sure everyone knows that if they go through with doing this, which is kind of commonplace sometimes for things, because sometimes the artistic, direction that the director and the producers are going in, the distribution people, once they have the rights and it's their thing, then sometimes they have different ideas for marketing. So it is actually a little bit more commonplace than I think people know. But we're gonna be updating our our Facebook page. It's Mission Park Film, but we'll let everyone know that it's also known as this, and they're going to do the same as well, because obviously people have heard of it, and some people haven't been able to get out the last 3 weeks to see a film, so they want to make sure that everyone knows what the movie is and stuff. But that's something that we're going to probably find out in the next couple of weeks if it actually goes through and that sort of thing. So.
And what other projects are you currently working on that people can look up and stay tuned for?
Well, there's actually one. We're just finishing up the development of it this week, and then we're going to start pre-production in about a week and a half. And it's tentatively called Moments of Clarity, and it's a dark comedy. It's kind of like a Juno, Little Miss Sunshiny kind of feel. And so right now we're just finishing up some last minute polishes on the script, and then we're going to start shooting that hopefully in November here in Los Angeles. So I'm excited about that. And then other than that, I know that a lot of the casts are in a bunch of movies and stuff, but we're just going to keep everyone updated on our Twitter, at Mission Park Fans, as well as the Facebook Mission Park, to let everyone know what we're doing and what's coming up and what's next for everyone. So.
Right. That's awesome, man. Well, once again, thank you for taking the time, and
no problem.
Congratulations. Great
Thank
movie.
you very
I
much,
strongly recommend it.
Jason and Derek are connected to a man that goes by Nadia. He's on our most wanted list, and I want his ass.
That's where you come in. We have reason to believe that one of our finest might be on the payroll. And not a lot of badges know about this at all, because there's not many people we can trust. It seems like Nadia only trusts Jason and Derek, the people that he brings in.
Why are you telling me this?
You need to go to Mexico for me.
I don't trust that guy. Has Jason mentioned Gina yet?
See, there's something I gotta talk to you about.
I'm the one that left, right? It is what it is.
I have some friends that just came in town. I want you to run them for me.
Standing here at AMC Theater at the City Walk with one of the actors from the movie Mission Park. And I have to say congratulations, man. An amazing movie.
Thank you.
It actually keeps you on your toes. My question, though, is, as a Latino, is there any parts of the movie that you can kind of relate to?
I think, yeah, no doubt. I really relate to my character in the sense of wanting to being accepted. That was his biggest thing. I believe. I think it's, and I think I think everyone can relate to that. I think everyone wants to feel accepted by some group or form or people, in general, in life. We all want to have something to connect to. So I definitely connected with that character and wanting to be accepted.
Right. Now, when you read the script, was it something that right away you were like, yeah, this is definitely something I can do?
It was really, for me, that last scene. That's what sold me on the character. I had the option of doing another project or doing this, and that material at the end for me was just like, you don't get many opportunities to do stuff like that,
right?
Especially being a Latino, and I said, this gives me an opportunity to show what I can really do.
Right.
So I took the opportunity.
Right. That last part that you mentioned, how do you think people can relate to that in a sense that, especially the youth, where they can be influenced either way?
But if in that aspect, I mean, we talk about our youth and specifically Latinos, and if we go even more specific in poverty areas, what do they go to find acceptance? Gangs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, and I guess you could say, if you want a message from it, I guess you can say that try to be accepted by first yourself, accept yourself for who you are. Also, don't go for the easy route. Be accepted by the people that are doing something with themselves, that are going somewhere, so to speak, that have ambition, that are striving for something, a bigger purpose. So I would say, if you want to be accepted by those groups, right, as opposed to people that are kind of just like falling by the wayside, so to speak.
Yeah, and you know what? Your performance in the movie was excellent. And I know that they were asking you what other movies are you working on, or you mentioned you're coming out in another movie recently.
Yeah, I have a movie called Camp X-Ray with Kristen Stewart that will be coming out sometime in 2014. It's an interesting film. It's about I play a private in the military, and we're based at Guantanamo. And Guantanamo is a place where they have it's in Cuba, and they have it's basically a detention center for possible terrorists or terrorists. People that are considered terrorists. and they detain him there. And it's about what the lifestyle like is there.
Okay.
And my character's arc is he comes in kind of wide-eyed and just kind of tripping out on how this whole thing's going down. He plays the best friend to Kristen Stewart's character. My story is how I go from how I come in wide-eyed and wow, bushy tail, so to speak, and then I fall into the mentality of a soldier that's there, and it's an interesting story.
Now, if the fans want to find you on social media, how do they go about it?
You can find me on Twitter at JJ Soria, Soria. Same thing with Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook, just Joseph Julian Soria, and you'll find it.
There you go. JJ, thank you very much for taking the time talking to me. Like I said, great performance. The movie Mission Park. If you guys haven't, come to AMC Theater here in LA to watch it, find it in your local area. Excellent movie. Strongly recommend it.
I mean, I'm all about. I say, acting is my passion, but inspiring is my purpose. So believe in yourselves, and others will believe in you. You just gotta work hard at whatever you're doing.
And I'm actually standing here today with a great producer, great actor, Douglas Spain. We just watched Mission Park. Not only is he a great actor, great producer, he's my classmate, and we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Fairfax High.
There you go. But I don't want you guys to think that, that's why he's interviewing, because they went to the same high school and whatnot. But no.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong?
Right?
You know people, and
That's how it happens. We know people.
In school grounds.
There you go. So, no, first of all, congratulations on the movie, man. It was an excellent movie, great movie. I'm very picky about movies. I'm always trying to find a message in a movie, and I know movies can be entertainment, but at the same time they can be influential, and this is one of those that can definitely be influential in many different ways. When you first got the script, was it something that because of the storyline that said, you know what, I want to do it? You believed in the script, or were you like, you know what, I just want to go ahead and produce the movie here? What is it that captured you to say, you know what, I want to be part of it?
Personally, for me, I enjoyed the script. I read it through and I really enjoyed it. I also liked the fact that all the leads, the bad and the good guys in the script were all Latino. Medina, Ramirez, those were the last names. So you understood that this came from an American neighborhood of Latino kids growing up together, friends. I also liked the backstory of each character, which really resonated with me, because a lot of times you see these sort of violent situations in films and you never know a reason. They just sort of input a reason of like, oh, just kill them because you're evil. And in this film, you really get to see where definitely these characters come from and sort of what leads to these paths that they've taken and the choices that they're making. And that's really what I connected to, because I felt that there was more of a story and a deeper meaning than just nonsense. And
I did
violence.
catch on to it, but it's the way it was set up, where little by little, like different scenes when someone's at that moment, that breaking moment in the movie, where all of a sudden it's a scene of what kind of caused that lifestyle for them, or to be that way, and I think it was definitely well put in the movie. The one quote, I'm not going to say it because I really want people to watch this movie, but I think it definitely is something that gives people to think about, and it's the quote that the dad tells Bobby.
Yeah, played by Jesse Borrego. He sort of gives his son some advice, or one line that sort of defines the film. And a lot of people have, including yourself, have come to me and said that line really connected with them, because it's true. I mean, we allow ourselves to be defined by a certain situation, and life is filled with so many opportunities that one moment does not really dictate the rest of your life. I think that the reason I am involved with Mission Park is because I think that we're breaking the mold and giving the lead role, the lead good guy, you know, to a really talented young Latino actor, American Latino actor. I have to clarify because people seem to think that anytime you say Latino, it's separate from being American, and it isn't.
Right, exactly.
It's one and the same thing, you know. So it's like Coke in a can or Coke in a bottle. It's still Coke. You know, and
that's a nice way of putting things.
So I think that, you know, Jeremy Ray Valdez, he's the sort of protagonist of the film, and he's an American Latino actor. And rarely do you see these roles given to actors. You know, Michael Peña is another one who's sort of breaking the mold,
right,
and getting those opportunities, but it's very few. And when you're in the business aspect of Hollywood and you're trying to look at marketable actors, you can barely name any of them that are Latino,
right,
in terms of A, B, or even C list. Unfortunately, because Hollywood isn't really creating the opportunities for actors like myself or Latino to really sink our teeth in and sort of have that, you know, be in a Hobbit movie.
Right.
No, it's because once you're hired in a Hobbit movie, you're Latino, all of a sudden it's like people can't separate the fact that...
Right. And, you know, the message here is not, you know, boo-hoo-hoo, we're victimizing ourselves. No one's giving us that opportunity.
Yes.
In the contrary, you're, you know, prime example of creating your own opportunity.
Yes.
You believed in the movie. You made, you know, of course, included the cast members that you included, talented American Latinos, like you said. So it's not about victimizing, boo-hoo-hoo, Hollywood's not accepting me. It's more saying, you know what, as American Latinos, Hollywood, look what we can do.
Yeah, I don't feel a victim. For me, it's like, listen, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it.
And, you know, once again, I really want to commend you on it. You know,
Thanks, man.
Excellent job. Congratulations. I know it got picked up by Lionsgate, and
yes,
the naming change. I know I was talking to David earlier, but we're definitely going to keep people up to date on whether, you know, it stays as Mission Park or it gets renamed.
Oh, it's going to get renamed. You know, because it's like that's the thing that I've been talking to you about is the struggle. Is that there's a machine and it works a certain way, and it's gotta do the way it does its thing. So when you come in and you're too specific, you're too general, or too specific, I'm saying, and so the title will change. But that's okay. I mean, we wanted, especially myself, my goal was to release Mission Park in theaters as Mission Park, right. and you know, we accomplished that.
You know, last question. You went to Fairfax. You were in theater class or film class?
Acting class.
Acting class.
It was not a very good class.
Right now, you're at AMC Theater, third week, you know, movie you produced. You guys got news that in Phoenix, Arizona is sold out.
Yes.
What does that mean to you from being in acting class at Fairfax High School to being where you are today?
It means that I never gave up, that I never took no for an answer, because if we would have taken no, we wouldn't be here.
I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I never thought it would come to this.
Remember that time we held up that taqueria on Mission?
Is the pain you inflicted on my face still on your hands?
You should come work for me, man. Pull change in your pocket.
If we don't pin anything on it, I will win this. We grew up having to be soldiers around here.
I signed up to see some action, you know what I mean?
How's Julian doing, man?
He'll surprise you.
How well do you really know people anyway?
And you forget we used to run these streets together.
Like this, huh?